Hello and welcome back to English Without Borders, the podcast where we talk about real life, real English, and the real things that go on inside our heads. I'm Jake.
And I'm Vika, and we are so happy you're here with us today. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing right now, welcome. This is your space. Relax, listen, and enjoy.
That's right. And today's topic, I feel like this one is going to hit close to home for a lot of people.
Very close to home. Maybe uncomfortably close.
But in the best possible way, because we're talking about something that almost nobody talks about honestly. And I think when people hear the title of today's episode, they're going to feel immediately seen.
Very seen. But before we get into it, Jake, how are you today? How was your morning?
Okay, so this is going to be very relevant to today's topic. My morning was interesting. I woke up with this big burst of energy. I made a list of everything I wanted to do today. Study, write, exercise, clean the flat, call my parents, prep for this episode.
That sounds very productive.
It sounds productive. And then I sat down on the sofa with my coffee, and I opened my phone, and I looked at the list, and I thought, you know what? Maybe after one more episode of the show I've been watching.
Oh no.
One episode became two became, you get the idea. And then suddenly it was noon, and I had done exactly one thing on my list, which was make the list.
Making the list counts, though.
Does it count?
Absolutely not. But I love you for saying it.
And how was your morning, Vika?
Mine was genuinely productive, actually. But only because I have this trick I use now, and it connects perfectly to today's topic. I'll share it later.
Oh, a cliffhanger. I love it.
You'll have to wait. Okay, today we are talking about something that I think describes a huge number of people. Maybe most people in the world today. We are talking about being ambitious, but lazy.
Ambitious but lazy. Two words that seem like they shouldn't go together. But somehow, they do. They go together perfectly in the same person.
In so many people, and for English learners especially, this tension is so real. You want to be fluent. You have big dreams for your English. You imagine yourself having confident conversations, travelling, working in another language, connecting with people from all over the world.
Big, beautiful ambitions.
And then the day comes to actually sit down and study, and your brain says, maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. The two most dangerous words in the English language for a learner.
Possibly. Okay. But before we really dig in, a small favour from us.
If this podcast is helping your English, if it makes your listening more enjoyable, if it feels like time well spent, please hit the like button. It takes 1 second and it genuinely means so much to us.
And subscribe so you never miss a new episode. We would love to have you here every single week.
And leave us a comment today. Be honest. Do you recognize yourself in the title? Ambitious, but lazy? Tell us in the comments. You are not alone. And we promise we won't judge.
We promise, because we are both very much in this club. Okay, let's talk about this properly. Jake, what does it actually mean to be ambitious but lazy? Because I think people sometimes feel shame about this, like it's a character flaw.
And it's really not, or at least it's not as simple as a character flaw, because ambition and laziness are not actually opposites. They're two different things operating at different levels.
Say more.
So ambition lives in your mind, in your dreams, your imagination, your vision for the future. Ambition is easy because it costs nothing. You can imagine yourself fluent in English, successful in your career, fit and healthy, while lying on the sofa eating snacks. The imagination has no friction.
No friction at all.
But action, doing the actual thing, that lives in the real world. And the real world has friction. It's uncomfortable. It takes energy. It requires you to start even when you don't feel like it.
So it's not that ambitious but lazy people don't want to succeed. They absolutely do. It's that the gap between wanting and doing feels enormous.
Enormous. Like standing at the bottom of a mountain and looking up. You want to be at the top. You can imagine how beautiful the view will be. But the climb, that first step onto the path, that feels very hard.
And here's the thing. Almost everyone feels this. This is not a personal weakness. This is human psychology. Our brains are wired to save energy, to choose comfort over effort when possible. It's actually a very old survival mechanism.
Our ancestors needed to conserve energy because food wasn't always available. Rest when you can? That was smart. That kept people alive.
But now, we live in a world where rest is always available, where comfort is always one click away. And that old brain is still saying, rest, rest, choose comfort, in a situation where actually we need to move, grow, do the work.
The old brain and the modern life are not always a great match.
Not always. But understanding this, understanding that the pull toward laziness is not a character flaw, but a brain pattern, that is actually really freeing. Because patterns can be worked with. Patterns can be changed.
Okay. Personal stories. Because I think honesty is really important here. Vika, do you want to go first?
Yes. Okay. So I have been, and I say this with full honesty, extremely ambitious and extremely lazy at various points in my life. And the clearest example is my English learning journey.
Tell us.
So a few years ago, I decided I was going to become fluent in English. I made a full plan, I bought 3 different textbooks, I downloaded 5 apps, I found a list of the top 100 English movies to watch. I signed up for an online course, I created a colour-coded study schedule.
The color-coded schedule, a classic.
Very satisfying to make. Completely useless in practice. Because the plan was so big, so complex, so perfect, that actually starting it felt impossible. Where do I even begin? Do I start with the textbook or the app? Do I watch the movie first or after the grammar lesson?
Decision paralysis.
Exactly. I was paralysed by my own ambition. The plan was too big. And because it was too big, I did nothing. For 3 weeks, I did nothing except look at my colour-coded schedule and feel guilty.
The schedule just sitting there, judging you.
Judging me silently every single day. And then I threw the whole thing out. Started again with one thing. One podcast. Every morning. That was it. No schedule, no apps, no textbooks, just one podcast while I had my coffee. And that actually worked.
Because it was small enough to start.
Small enough that my lazy brain said, okay, fine, I can do that. And once I started doing that consistently, everything else followed naturally.
I love that story because it shows something really important. Sometimes ambition gets in the way of action. Sometimes the big dream makes it harder, not easier, to begin.
What about you, Jake? Tell us yours.
Okay, mine is about fitness. Classic topic for this. I have had, I'm not going to count exactly how many, let's say many fresh starts with exercise. Every few months I decide, this time is different. This time I'm going to get serious.
The fresh start energy.
The fresh start energy is incredible. I feel amazing. I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm going to meal prep on Sundays. I'm going to sleep by 10 every night. I'm going to be a new person.
A completely new person.
And week 1 is great. Week 2 is okay. Week 3, something comes up. I'm tired, I'm busy, I miss one day. And then because I missed one day, I feel like the whole plan is ruined. So I stop completely.
The all or nothing thinking.
All or nothing. Either I'm doing the full perfect plan or I'm doing nothing. And since perfect is basically impossible, nothing wins most of the time.
This is such a common pattern, and it connects directly to the ambitious but lazy experience. The ambition sets the bar impossibly high, and the moment you fall short of that impossibly high bar, the lazy part uses it as an excuse to quit.
Well, I'm already failed today. May as well start fresh on Monday.
Monday again.
Always Monday. Okay, so let's get into the real discussion, because I think there are a few things here that are really worth understanding. And the first one is, why does ambition so often lead to inaction?
Right, because it seems backwards. You'd think the more ambitious you are, the more you do. But it doesn't always work that way.
And I think the reason is ambitious people often have a very vivid image of success. They can see the finished results so clearly. Fluent English, a healthy body, a successful business. And that image is so beautiful, so perfect, that anything less than that feels like failure.
So instead of doing something imperfect, which is what all real progress looks like, they do nothing. Because nothing feels safer than something imperfect.
Nothing protects the dream. If you never try, you can never fail.
And the dream stays perfect forever. In your head.
But of course, a dream that stays in your head forever is not a dream. It's just a comfortable lie you tell yourself.
That's a hard truth, but an important one. Okay, so what do you actually do about this? If you recognise yourself in this, ambitious but lazy, big dreams and very little action, what are the steps?
The first thing, and this is the most important, is to lower the bar. On purpose. Deliberately make the starting point so small and so easy that even on your laziest day, you can do it.
And this feels wrong to an ambitious person. They think, if I only do a tiny amount, I'll never reach my big goal.
But here's the truth. A tiny amount done every day adds up to something extraordinary. A huge amount done once and then abandoned adds up to nothing.
Nothing. Every time. I've tasted this personally.
We all have. So for English learners, instead of I'm going to study English for 2 hours every day, the goal becomes I'm going to listen to 10 minutes of English every day.
10 minutes? That's nothing. That's one short podcast segment. That's a YouTube video. That's a few pages of an easy book.
And on a good day, 10 minutes becomes 30, becomes an hour. But the commitment is only 10. So even on a hard day, when you're tired, when you're busy, when you really don't feel like it, 10 minutes is always possible.
Always. And keeping that streak alive, doing something every day, even something tiny, is more valuable than doing something huge occasionally.
The second thing I want to talk about is making peace with imperfect action. Because I think this is where so many people get stuck. They're waiting to feel ready, waiting for the right moment, waiting until everything is perfect.
I'll start learning English properly when I have more time. I'll speak English when my grammar is better. I'll try the new habit when my life is less busy.
And life is never less busy. The right moment never comes, because the right moment is always now, imperfect as it is.
There's a phrase I love, and we used it in a previous episode. Done is better than perfect. An imperfect English conversation you actually have is worth infinitely more than the perfect conversation you rehearsed in your head but never said out loud.
Infinitely more. Because the real conversation teaches you something. The imaginary one teaches you nothing.
And imperfect action builds momentum, which is the third big idea I want to talk about. Momentum.
Momentum is everything.
So momentum means objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Objects at rest tend to stay at rest. It's a physics principle, but it is completely true for human behaviour.
When you haven't done something for a while, starting again feels very hard. The resistance is enormous. But once you're moving, once you've started, it gets easier and easier to keep going.
Think about pushing a heavy box across the floor. The hardest moment is the very first push, getting it moving from zero. That takes the most effort.
But once it's sliding, keeping it moving is much easier. You just need to keep applying a little pressure.
And this is why, for ambitious but lazy people, the secret is not motivation. It's not waiting until you feel inspired and energized. It's just starting. Even badly, even unwillingly, even when you really don't want to.
Because once you start, even reluctantly, momentum takes over. You push the box and it starts sliding. You sit down to study English for 5 minutes and you end up doing 20. You put on your running shoes and you actually go for a run.
The action creates the motivation, not the other way around.
This is so important and so opposite to what most people believe. Most people think, I'll act when I feel motivated. But actually, you feel motivated after you act.
After, not before. The motivation is a reward for starting, not a requirement for starting.
So stop waiting to feel like it. You will never feel like it. Just start, and the feeling will follow.
Okay, I want to talk about something that I think is really specific to English learners who experience this ambitious but lazy pattern. And that's the comparison trap.
Oh yes, social media has made this so much worse.
So, you're an English learner. You have big ambitions for your English. And you go on YouTube or Instagram and you see other learners who seem incredibly fluent, who post videos of themselves speaking effortlessly, who seem to have reached the level you dream of.
And instead of feeling inspired, you feel defeated.
You think, they're so much better than me. I've been studying for months and I still can't speak like that. What's wrong with me?
And then the lazy part uses that feeling as an excuse. I'll never be that good, so why bother?
Why bother? The most destructive question in the language learning journey.
And the answer, always, is because you're not doing this for them. You're doing it for you. Your progress compared to someone else's progress is completely meaningless.
The only comparison that matters is you today versus you 3 months ago. Are you understanding more than you were? Are you recognising more words? Are you feeling more comfortable? Is English feeling slightly more familiar?
If yes, you're winning. Full stop.
And those fluent speakers you're comparing yourself to, you're seeing their highlight reel. You're not seeing the months of feeling stuck, the days they wanted to quit, the imperfect conversations they had along the way.
Everyone has those days. Even the most fluent speakers had days when they thought, I'm never going to get this.
They got through those days, and so will you.
Okay, I want to talk about one more really practical idea. And this is the one Vika mentioned at the beginning, her morning trick. I haven't forgotten.
I knew you'd remember. Okay, so my trick is something called the 2-minute rule, and it's very simple.
Tell us.
If something takes less than 2 minutes to start, you do it immediately. No negotiating, no, I'll do it later. If you can begin in 2 minutes, you begin now.
Start now. Just the beginning.
Because starting is the hardest part. And 2 minutes is nothing. Anyone can give 2 minutes. So you say to yourself, I'm just going to spend 2 minutes on this. Just 2. And then if I want to stop, I can stop.
And what happens after 2 minutes?
Almost always, you keep going. Because you've broken the seal. You've pushed the box. The momentum is there. I'll just open the app for 2 minutes becomes 15 minutes of English practice. I'll just read 2 pages becomes a chapter.
The 2-minute start removes the biggest obstacle, which is beginning.
And for the days when you really, genuinely only do 2 minutes, that's okay too. 2 minutes is not 0. 2 minutes keeps the habit alive. 2 minutes is a vote for the person you're becoming.
I love that. A vote for the person you're becoming. Every small action is a vote. You're voting every day for the kind of person you are.
Ambitious people vote for big, dramatic transformation once or twice a year. Consistently successful people vote in small actions every single day.
Every single day. Okay, I think it's time for vocabulary review. We've used some really great words and phrases today.
Let's do it. First one, ambition.
Ambition is a strong desire to achieve something, to reach a goal, to succeed, to grow. She had a lot of ambition. She wanted to speak 3 languages by the time she was 30.
Ambition is not a bad thing. Ambition is the engine. It gives you direction. The problem only starts when ambition stays in the imagination and never becomes action.
He was full of ambition, but struggled to follow through. Follow through, to complete what you started, to go all the way from beginning to end.
Next, procrastinate.
To procrastinate means to delay doing something you should do, to put it off, to choose to do something easier or more comfortable instead of the thing you actually need to do.
I keep procrastinating on my English study. I know I should do it, but I always find something else to do first.
She procrastinated for weeks before finally starting the project. It's a very common word and very useful to know, because we all do it.
Next, momentum.
Momentum is the force that keeps something moving once it has started, in physics and in life.
Once she built momentum with her English practice, it became easier every week. The more you do something, the easier it is to keep doing it.
He lost his momentum after a week off, and it was hard to restart. When momentum stops, it takes effort to rebuild it, which is why consistency matters so much.
Next, paralysis.
Paralysis literally means being unable to move. In everyday language, we use it to mean being unable to act, usually because of too many choices, too much fear, or too much pressure.
She experienced decision paralysis, so many options that she couldn't choose any of them.
The fear of failure caused complete paralysis. He just couldn't start. And the cure for paralysis, as we discussed, is almost always to make the first step smaller, small enough that moving feels possible.
Next, all or nothing thinking.
All or nothing thinking is a mindset where you believe something is either perfect or it's worthless. Either you do everything right or there's no point doing it at all.
Her all or nothing thinking meant that one missed workout made her give up the whole routine.
He realized his all or nothing thinking was holding him back. He needed to be okay with doing a little, not everything. This mindset is very common in ambitious people, and it's one of the main reasons ambition doesn't always lead to results.
And last one, momentum. Oh wait, we did that one.
We loved it so much we almost said it twice.
The last one is follow through.
To follow through means to complete something you started, to finish what you began, to do what you said you would do.
She had great ideas but struggled to follow through. She started but didn't finish. The most important skill isn't starting, it's following through.
And following through doesn't mean being perfect. It means showing up again after you fall, coming back after you miss a day, picking up where you left off.
That is following through. Okay, action steps. What can listeners do today, right now, after this episode?
First, pick one English habit, just one.
And make it so small you cannot say no to it. 10 minutes of listening, 5 minutes of reading, one short conversation, one episode of a podcast. Just one small thing you can do today.
Second, when you sit down to do that habit and your brain says, later, use the 2-minute rule. Say out loud, I'm just going to do 2 minutes. Open the app, press play, pick up the book. Just 2 minutes. And see what happens.
Third, catch yourself if you fall into all or nothing thinking today. If you miss your habit or do it badly or do less than you planned, don't quit. Just say, that's okay. I'll do a little tomorrow. Keep the streak going in any form.
Fourth, think of one person you've been comparing yourself to in your English learning journey and make a decision right now to let that comparison go. Your only competition is yesterday's version of you.
That's it. No one else. Just you and your progress.
Okay, recap. What did we cover today?
We talked about what it means to be ambitious but lazy, and why it's not a character flaw. It's a very human experience of wanting big things while finding the starting hard.
We talked about why ambition sometimes leads to inaction, because the big, perfect dream makes imperfect action feel pointless, and how the solution is to lower the bar deliberately.
We talked about making peace with imperfect action. Done is better than perfect. An imperfect attempt beats a perfect plan that never starts.
We talked about momentum, how action creates motivation, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel ready. You start, and the feeling follows.
We talked about the comparison trap, how comparing your progress to someone else's highlight reel is one of the most destructive things you can do for your ambition.
And we talked about the 2-minute rule. Just begin. 2 minutes. The start is the hardest part, and 2 minutes removes that barrier.
And our vocabulary: ambition, procrastinate, momentum, paralysis, all or nothing thinking, and follow through.
A great episode. Okay, comment question time.
Here it is. Be honest with us. In what area of your life are you most ambitious but lazy right now? Is it your English, your health, your career, a creative project? Tell us in the comments.
And if you feel brave, tell us one small step you are going to take today. Not tomorrow, today. Before we go, I want to say something. If you recognise yourself in today's title, ambitious but lazy, please don't be hard on yourself. It means you have dreams, real, genuine dreams for your life, and that is a beautiful thing.
The lazy part is just your brain protecting you from effort and discomfort. It's trying to help, just in the wrong way.
And once you understand that, once you stop fighting yourself and start working with yourself, small steps, low bars, 2-minute starts, everything becomes more possible.
You don't have to become a different person. You just have to start moving, and then keep moving, one small day at a time.
One small day at a time. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give it a like. It helps us reach more learners just like you, and it takes just 1 second. Before we go, I want to say something. If you recognise yourself in today's title, ambitious but lazy, please don't be hard on yourself. It means you have dreams, real, genuine dreams for your life, and that is a beautiful thing.
Subscribe so you never miss a new episode, and share this one with someone who needs to hear it today.
I'm Vika.
And I'm Jake.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We are genuinely grateful for every single listener.
Keep going, keep dreaming, and start, just a little, today.
See you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye.